an interesting outcome, a challenging outcome, given what we all think of this particular young fighter, Ben Whittaker. Going back to the beginning of the evening, I don't think anybody particularly saw Ben Whittaker fighting the fight that he thought, and ultimately, now what's being levied at him, which is, of course, the parody of Ben Whittaker, or Ben or whatever people want to call it. I'm uncomfortable as a non-fighting person to suggest that someone quits.
Yeah.
But we've got to talk about Ben, because so much noise has been made about Ben by all of us in this room.
Yep.
So much noise is being made by his promoter, the face of British boxing. He's off in Milan doing diesel fashion shoots. I mean, what was your takeaway, boys?
Well, look, there's two words that come straight to the top, and that is, was he exposed and did he swallow it? They're the two questions that you've got to ask yourself. And you're looking at it, and you're looking at that performance with Ben Whittaker. I'm going to go there. I want to do it right. Look at the performance. He started off and he looks great. First round. Second round, he gets tagged at the end of the round. And he sort of unravels very, very quickly, if I'm honest. Round 3 didn't go his way. Then you start going, he's actually getting drawn into a dogfight with a guy, Liam Cameron, no disrespect, is at that level that he's supposed to be. This is all about Ben's development right now. Yep. Liam had other ideas, of course he did, but Ben, you're looking at it, we all thought the same, I'm sure. We thought he's going to go in there. Cameron will give him a little test.
Liam Cameron.
No, he's not. No, he's just come with Lyndon Arthur.
Former Commonwealth champion.
Yeah, but you look at him, and you're going, but this is all about Ben Whittaker and how he was. And he started coming apart. Round 4, I'm thinking, the momentum's with Cameron here. This is like, it's looking really bad now for Ben.
Yep.
Round 5, when he got pushed back to the ropes, it was like a WWE. He pulled him out the ring there.
Yep.
But this is where we're at. This, like, when he landed on his neck, stroke back, with his legs in the air, and was took to the corner after it was a bad fall, and there was no getting away from that. In fact, Cameron got to his feet. He was taken to the corner, and they took his boot off. I'm going, what the are they taking his boot off for? He didn't land on his feet.
That's lovely, Spence.
But I'm being honest, mate.
Do you think? Yeah, we all saw that. We were not blind. Right?
Yeah, OK.
But you as a fighter, and we'll get to Adam's opinion in a second. You as a fighter, do you think that it's beyond the realm of possibility that Ben swallowed that because it was a bad night for him? It was a better outcome for him. And if he'd have been doing what he normally does in a fight and fell out of the ring, do you think he would have been out going out in a wheelchair?
Where I'm at right now is, they've said that he's done his foot in. He come past me, actually, in the wheelchair, looked at it, and I'm thinking, OK, let's see.
Was he wheeling himself?
Results. No, he's using his feet to go.
It was an electric wheelchair.
I said, listen, we need to see some X-rays, and if we don't see those X-rays, then ask me the question.
I mean, listening to other people, listening to Johnny Nelson dance around it a little bit. Other people, I think, were talking about it. I think Andy Lee talked about what he saw, which was not sure I like this.
On the surface,
do you think
on the surface of it, he could have swallowed.
All right, OK. Adam,
on the surface of it.
I'm disappointed to think that that's what Ben Whittaker would have done.
I don't think... But listen, we've all praised him as the next superstar of British boxing.
Yeah, then. Is he what
we thought
they're telling us he is? Is he that guy?
He was exposed in many ways on that night.
Why did he fight the fight?
Even if he had a bad night...
Do you know what I think it is?
He was boxing...
His ego got carried away with him. He's had 2 good rounds there. I watched the first 2 rounds and I'm thinking to myself, the matchmaking here is horrific because Liam Cameron is miles off this. He's slow, he's stood in front. He's not doing anything different than what we've seen previously. We're talking about a middleweight that has come up to light heavyweight, obviously from that 4-year ban, and he's taking on now this next generation of light heavy. And the light heavy was faster, sharper, boxing at range. I'm thinking to myself, just do this. Just do this. This is going to be rinse and repeat now for the next 8 rounds. I'll go make myself a brew. At the end of round 2, he gets tagged a little bit. Round 3, he comes out with his ego. And he starts having a fight with the fella for absolutely no reason whatsoever. He didn't need to fight. And maybe in his head, he's thinking to himself, I need a viral moment here. Turkey Al-Sheikh's watching over here.
But then
conscious of his environment.
I need a little bit of something. I need to be the guy. So I'm going to go and have a fight with this fella. What are you having a fight with him for? He wants you to have a fight. So he starts having a fight with him and he gets beat up in a fight.
But what I'm saying is a class act was recognised straight away. This is not my game. Let me revert back to what I know, sticking with it. But it started going horribly wrong for him and you go, where is that technical ability to be able to turn that back around?
At some point, because I watched him in the corner, and of course what you do when you start to see something unravel is you become more interested in the detail, don't you? Yeah. And I saw the corner talking to him. I forget which round it was, and he sits down on his stool, and the trainer says to him, Ben, he's looking around, Benjamin, and he's looking around, he's looking at the cameras, and I thought to myself,
he's not switched on.
What's going on here? Why is he not sensing? But also, more importantly, if we can see that he's being drawn, we can see it now, and the corner can see it in real time. He's being drawn into something that he doesn't need to be drawn into. What are the corner doing about influencing the direction of travel that, for whatever reason, Benjamin Whittaker has decided to take?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, they need to pull him back into his lane and to get him back on track and stick with that game.
Can they?
Well, this is the point. That is the point. I think that, look, I mean, we're all making these observations. I think from Ben Whittaker's point of view,
this was it.
He needs to produce the evidence, the X-rays, to show that he actually injured that foot. And if he doesn't do that, there's going to be a big jury out.
But also, when you cometh the hour, cometh the man, right? If you're going to go and fight in Saudi and you want to be on that card and you want to come into the ring walks that you come in and you want all the announcements and everything that goes with it and you want to do fashion shoots for Diesel in Milan, whenever you did it.
That's cool.
It all goes with the territory. But when you get into the ring in big-time boxing, as you know pretty well, you got to deliver. And so do we now have questions about have we been guilty of being part of the amplification of someone that's on a big journey?
I agree.
And it's a long way away from being what we are alluding to the fact he might eventually be.
We weren't just going down that road of we were talking about Ben Whittaker as the next British star. We were talking about him being a superstar. You know, that he had everything that it took to become a superstar. Outside the ring, inside the ring.
But he's miles off it.
Absolutely. But what I'm saying is now he's opened up all these debates about, question marks about how much he wants it, whether he swallowed it, was he exposed?
Is he at the
He's now
ability?
got to go back and that might be the moulding of him.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you.
That might be the moulding.
Is this
of
a
him.
reset moment? Is this
Absolutely.
an opportunity for a little bit of reality to come in?
Go prove everyone wrong.
Because it's one thing, with due respect to boxer, guiding his career commercially.
Yeah.
It feels to me like he needs some proper thinking about his boxing rather than how well he looks and how much of a show reel he can put on for TikTok. So 15 million people
That might be the
watch him,
kick
or
up
3
the
million.
arse he needed.
Do you think
definitely.
it will be?
Well, listen, if it ain't, and he's got big problems moving forward. So let's hope that he.
They're going to run it back, aren't they?
They have to, and that's the key thing now, of which kind of determines that character that we all want to see from Ben Whittaker.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever reason that fight finished, it finished.
Yeah.
You should now be out vocally going, we're running it back, pal.
Yeah.
We are running it back.
Yeah,
and Ben Whittaker should be the one forcing the fight that with Liam Cameron.
That's why I don't understand. We're now on Monday. That happened Saturday night. You've got to come out. You've got to give us the reason why that happened. Yeah, we saw you getting taken out, and it could be legitimate that he'd done his foot in.
Of course.
He might have done his back in, could have done his neck in, whatever it is. But we need to hear it so that people can make up. Because at the moment, he's getting absolutely rinsed.
Yeah.
And there's nothing coming back. So what does that tell you?
Well, the thing is,
people fill the vacuum with what they want to fill it with, don't they?
Yeah.
I agree with what you were saying before. It's very hard as non-fighters to be judgmental on whether someone decides to pull themselves out of the fight, swallow it, quit, however you want to know, however you want to say it, should I say. The truth is, Ben Whittaker knows.
Yeah, of course he knows. He's the only one that does know.
He can't lie to himself.
Yeah.
He knows the score. He knows whether he's about it or whether he's not about it, whether there's something legit or something not legit. And that will get found out later on.
Listen, it reminds you of like Dubois Joyce, doesn't it? Where he took the knee, he got the stick. What I'm saying is he got the stick, but he come back and reinvented himself.
And
also, I'll give you another one as well.
That's different.
I want to give you another one as well. Robbie Davis Jr., when he broke his foot, when he broke his leg, but he straight away tried to get up, he tried to put pressure on it and everything else, and you're looking at the Ben situation.
I mean, you've got David Hay with a snap to kill his tendon. Get his face punched in by Tony Bellew.
Like, all he's done is opened up all these sort of questions now that weren't there before. And so
they need to be careful how they say it and what they say. I mean, I don't know. I mean, the general consensus of opinion seems to be that he was in for a difficult night there on afterwards. The way the fight was going, it was entirely plausible that maybe Ben could have shaped himself up a little bit better and boxed the second half of the fight far more compellingly, go back to what he's good at. Of course. But the direction of travel, because Cameron walked into that fight, didn't he, with a perception of what he thought the kid was. And the longer that fight went on, the more Cameron grew into it, thinking, actually, this is going to be my night. So not only did he have to fight a different fight in the second half of the fight, he also had to fight a fighter that now actually believed more than he did from the first round that actually this is my night.
Absolutely. 100% that. He grew into that Cameron where he went in there, saw them both there all week, and Ben Whittaker was doing what he was doing, not being very he wasn't interacting with the media at all, really. He was getting on with his own thing and sticking to doing what he wanted to do. Liam Cameron was totally different. He was sort of like...
Did Cameron win the fight?
Huh?
Do you think Cameron won that fight on the basis of what they scored?
Cameron was winning the fight.
Was the fifth round complete?
I think that Ben got away very lightly with the score because I think first round, Ben won. Second round was arguable, but let's give it to Ben.
You think Cameron
let's give it to Ben.
fight?
But Cameron won everything from there on in. Cameron won everything.
Ben
from
won
round
the first
3.
2 rounds. Did they complete round 5? Was it complete?
Well, this is the thing that it was. I don't think it was complete.
Let's just say he didn't lose.
So if he didn't, then it is a draw.
Right.
If they give that second round to him, so there's an argument. Because the second round could have gone either way.
And he was winning round number 5 at the time of the
absolutely.
suplex.
So it worked in his favour. Let's just hope that he can rebuild and come back.